This is Cape Coral Talk Radio. And now, broadcasting live from Hooked Island Grill in the heart of downtown Cape Coral, here are the hosts of Cape Coral Talk Radio, Kim and Ed Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. All righty. Let me just tell everybody what's going on here. For those of you that thought you were going to enjoy a quiet dinner, we won't make it too loud. We are Cape Coral Talk Radio. We are here every Friday night, and we try and interview people that are either running for office, they're on the city council, or they're doing great things with 501c3 companies like the Cape Coral Caring Center or the Animal Shelter. And tonight we have a candidate running for District 1. Tom Senatore is going to be on in just a moment. But first, I wanted to introduce you all to the brand new owner of Hooked Island Grill, Daniel Clarkson.
Hey, how's it going, Ed?
Turn it down a little bit. Daniel and I go back a ways. We actually, it's crazy. We know each other from Fort Myers Beach, where you own.
Many years.
Yeah. Not only do you own a restaurant down there, but you used to own
Hotel days.
Hotel.
Sundeck.
The Sun Deck. It was like a little mini kind of
little mini motel, Senatore Inn and Suites, 11 rooms.
Yeah.
Nothing major, but we lived in the lobby.
Yeah. And then let me just turn that down. Go ahead. And then Hurricane Ian came in, and that was the end of that, right?
That was the end of that, and many more, and just like for so many other people on the beach, we lost everything, including our house and everything. But you got to come back, you know?
Yeah.
It's never the end until it is.
And you didn't actually own the restaurant called Mr. Waves. It was, if you come over the bridge to the right-hand side, it's the first building you see over the Matanzas Pass Bridge. And now I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember what it was. What was it before?
It used to be a t-shirt shop, and they sold the little turtles, and they had the henna tattoos.
That's right.
That's what it was.
They sold illegal turtles, I do believe.
I would not comment on that. I don't know. It's been going on for so many years. I can hardly believe it was illegal, especially on Fort Myers Beach, where the turtle is equivalent to God. I don't know. So
you bought that piece of property how long ago, and how long has Mr. Waves been open?
Yeah, we bought that 3 months before the storm, and the storm was 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
November, September.
Yeah, we bought it like June or July 22, and put in our permits. After the storm, and we opened November 23.
Yeah, and it's a great location.
Oh yeah, it's popping.
It's a great place
right now during spring break.
Yeah, it's a great spring break now on the beach, and it's a great place to people watch. You get to sit right on the edge and see everybody in that intersection, that verklempt intersection there.
We're so blessed with the beach community. I mean, it was our home for so long. We moved to Fort Myers after the storm, but we're still half of our heart is still on the beach. And we're grateful for all the support we get down there, and it's been a great success for us. And we were looking to expand, and then Hooked Island Grill. It's funny because when we were trying to come up with a concept for Mr. Waves, we were actually sitting in Gulf Coast Town Center at the Hooked.
No kidding.
I'm not kidding. And we were looking at the epoxy countertops and everything of the bar, and we're like, man, that's what we got to do. So if you remember what our bar looks, I mean, it's really inspired by Hooked Island Grill, and my wife's and I identity is beach, is like everything sea, everything that fits in the category of sea, and it couldn't been more perfect, really.
Yeah.
And
so
really
you recently purchased this location and the one in Gulf Coast Town Center.
Right. We own Cape Coral for roughly 5 weeks now, and we closed on Gulf Coast Town Center last Friday.
Okay.
Last Friday, yeah.
So what can people expect here? Anything different?
We've been working a lot behind the scenes, especially here in Cape Coral. We're gonna give it a good remodel, especially on the outside, on the patio. We're gonna revive the bar. Unfortunately, it's not as filled as I wish to see it. And we're working with Matt from Fowler Constructions. Bless you.
Bless you.
Working with Fowler Constructions, who also did the build out for us on the beach. And I'm waiting on renderings right now, how the outside's going to look, how the inside's going to look. Going to also transform the inside here a little bit. There's many great pieces about it, but I feel like it needs it needs an upgrade to 2026.
Outside like that, I mean, great little area outside to be able to have that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's an empty, it looks like an empty unit in the back of this building. Do you have plans for that?
We do.
Can't tell us what it is yet?
I'm not going to tell you guys what it is right now. We're in the very early planning phase. We are going to put a restaurant and bar concept in there, and that's all I'm going to say for now. We just finished on our brand new menu for both Hooked locations. We're going to start training the kitchen, training the staff on that starting next week. So probably roughly around Easter, probably after Easter, we're going to roll out a brand new menu. And
very nice.
By that time, also the remodeling should be done.
Yeah, and you guys are on Facebook, and you got all the social media. You got a great social media person. We know her very well. And so people should follow you and keep up to date with what's going on. Will you be able to access that new part of the building through here, or will it be a separate door?
It would be a separate door.
Okay.
Well, you are right now. It is connected. You can just go around the corner over there, and you would end up in the garage. Nevertheless, that will stay through the restaurant. It will be two different concepts as of today. And from the beach how plans can change on the minute. Yeah. But yeah.
So you got St. Patrick's Day coming up, and I heard somebody come in and say there's a pub crawl. Are you part of a pub crawl? What's that all about?
We're part of the pub crawl tomorrow. I think in every 15 minutes we're gonna have one of those trolley stops. Stop here. We're gonna have some small finger food for the pub crawl participants, and then a shot as well, I believe. And at 6:20. We're gonna have the pipe band. I forgot the name.
Bagpipe band?
No,
you forgot the band. Well, you're
pipe band that was here. That was here last year, 2 years ago.
Okay,
yeah,
I wasn't here.
No.
Well, we'll get it on Facebook.
It's gonna be exactly. It's on Facebook. They're gonna be at Hooked at 6:20 p.m. They're gonna play for I believe 15 to 20 minutes, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah, entertainment's a big thing. You're going to keep the music, I guess?
We're keeping music, not every night, but more decisive.
You have birthday parties, too.
Yes, we do have our captain's room back there where a birthday party is just arriving right now.
It sounds like it was a surprise birthday party back there.
That sounds
very nice.
And if you guys have a company function, birthday party, any type of party where you're looking for a medium-sized gathering room.
Have you ever had sciatica? Have you ever had sciatica?
No, I haven't.
I have to tell you, I've gone through this whole smorgasbord of you got to go through all this crap at the beginning because the insurance company makes you go through all this, the prednisone, and you got to go through physical therapy before they'll give you I want the shot. I want the cortisone shot to see if that helps. Then you get an X-ray and blah, blah, blah. And then I bought this inversion table on Bill Stanky's recommendation, the council member. And everybody else on Facebook said I should get it to. And I honestly think that's helping the most. I think that's the only thing that's helping.
There you go.
Is that, upside down thing. But the only problem I have with that is every time I turn upside down, the dogs come up and start licking me on my face, and there's nothing I can do because they're behind me. But, so if you ever got sciatica, skip all the doctors and go right to the inversion table. But you got to be careful about the blood running to your head. So anything else you want people to know about you?
No, that's I think great information right now for everybody who was curious, who bought it, and what's it going to be. So definitely going to stay Hooked Island Grill. I love the brand.
Like the name?
Yep, love the brand and love everything that's behind the concept. Food wise, going to stay seafood. We're gonna introduce steaks as well. We're gonna eventually add a food display for the seafood. We're also going to add a aged refrigerator.
Nice.
To have more seasoned dry aged steak. So gonna be a lot of change, a lot of moving pieces. So give us a little bit of time and give us a chance if whenever you guys come back. And I'm happy to welcome everybody.
Awesome. One last plug for Mr. Waves on Fort Myers Beach too. It's the first building. And the great sometimes and your camera, the camera that you have out front, the one video shot of the lady driving up over the curb knocking down the wall or driving over the wall, not stopping at all.
The golf carts, you know.
That's a great camera. Is that a live video feed that you have there or no?
It's not
a security camera.
It's a security camera.
So on Fort Myers Beach tomorrow, they have the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which starts at 10 o'clock. So if you're heading to the beach, stop by Mr. Waves, which is right on the other side of the bridge there. It's a great atmosphere right there. And then head on down the south end. The bridge will not be closed at all tomorrow. The parade is on the south end, starts at Santini Plaza. So thanks very much, Daniel.
All right,
and thanks for keeping us on. Daniel Clarkson, everybody. All right. So before Tom, we start grilling Tom about his District 1 candidacy, I did want to let you know why Kim's not here. She's not here because she's totally under the weather. I mean, really under the weather. So we gave her the night off. She's at home resting. I don't know if she got like a 24-hour bug or something or some kind of. You don't have to worry about me, Tom. I'm not sick or anything like that. I stayed completely away from her on that, but she's feeling much better today. Yesterday was an awful day, but she's doing better. So she'll be back next Friday when we return here to Hooked Island Grill, and we'll hold the ship down without her for one weekend. Tom, how are you? Tom Senatore, everybody.
Yes, hi. Thank you for having me here. Hi, everybody.
All right.
So, yeah, doing good. It's beautiful Friday. We're here in Cape Coral. It's beautiful weather.
Just keep the mic close.
Keep the mic close.
Yeah, there you go.
And hopefully we'll get Kim back soon.
Yeah. So, Tom, tell us, you're running for District 1, and that's Bill Stanky's seat right now, right?
Right, that's correct.
And right now, Bill says he's not running. I'll believe that from anybody that tells me they're not running or they are running until the actual deadline of when you're allowed to submit your information. So you're running for District 1, and there's also right now Sean Hartman and Monica Shintani are the other two candidates. Bill says he's not running. And so why did you decide to run?
So I've been going to Cape Coral meetings for years now, and I've been seeing what's going on. And I've been active with the community through the police volunteer unit and also on the planning and zoning and affordable housing. And I've seen how things are going and how we're overspending on projects and the projects aren't getting done on time. And when Bill originally ran, the year after that, I thought about it, but I decided that since he's already in there, I have to wait. And then when I saw that he wasn't running, and I decided to vote to run before that I could do it different. Instead of standing back and complaining, maybe I should get in there and do something since I've been doing it already on Planning and Zoning and the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee.
So were you happy with the job Bill was doing for your district?
No.
Why?
So it's not Bill in particular either. So it's the whole council in a whole.
Okay.
For example, they're doing these projects and they just jump the gun and do things. So like for JC Park, let's just tear it down right now and we'll figure out how to do it later. Or when they brought up that stipend, when they did that, they all jumped on board and did it. So for as a whole, I don't agree with what they're doing. And that kind of pushed me more to wanting to run because we can't have that. We need more common sense. People that understand what the community wants and not what they want. And I'm not sure who's influencing them. I have an idea. It might be the city manager saying, here's what we want to do. But I don't think they're doing what the will of the people really want.
Okay. So you're on the Planning and Zoning Commission. First of all, tell everybody real quick what that commission does.
Okay. So the Planning and Zoning, what we do is we hear cases before it gets before the council. So when someone puts for a zoning change or an amendment change, and they want to get a zoning reallocated, say from commercial to residential, residential commercial, hopefully it's not going to be from preserve to commercial because I don't like that. I'm against all that. They come before us. We make a recommendation. We hear testimony from the city. We'll go back and forth. We get to ask questions. We all get a packet, just like council does a week before. We review it. We ask questions, and we decide if it's good for the city or not. More likely than not, us as a whole vote the same. But anytime I see where they're trying to go and make a bigger impact that's going to affect the city adversely, I'm against. Mm-hmm. You want to take away our green space, I'm against it. I think that's a bad idea. Don't touch the preserves. Leave them as is. So they had Yellow Fever Creek. I was up there by Rachel's area. Yeah. She lives back there. I was totally against it, but it got passed anyway. Because
as a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission, aren't you? So you're very opinionated on the projects one way or another. As a member of the commission, aren't you supposed to listen to the testimony from both sides before making an opinion? Coming up with a vote or an opinion like that, or am I understanding it wrong?
No, so you're exactly right. So we get a packet, just like city council gets.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you get the outline of what the meeting's going to be like, it's 2 pages.
Yeah.
Well, I understand what council gets because I get the back packet it's going to be like 80 or 90 pages.
Yeah.
So we get to review everything, all the evidence, all the testimony, all the surveys, all the research, and we get to decide. So, but when I get the packet, I like to read it and figure out what are they telling me, what are they not telling me. And then when I get to the session where we have that come up, we get to ask questions. I'll ask questions on both sides to find out what's really going on and how it's going to affect things.
Well, let me give you a more specific example. I think what you were referring to before was the Redfish Point project.
Yes, that too.
You're totally against that.
Right.
But that's not really, you didn't even give each side a chance to state their opinion. Shouldn't you be voicing your vote based on the land development code and the comprehensive plan before you go in and say, I'm against it?
Oh, exactly.
It's not really fair to the applicant. I'm not saying they're right because they pulled it out.
Right. So what you don't get to see or don't know possibly was we got the packet.
Yeah.
We had all the research. It was given to us. We did all the research. Those of us on planning and zoning got to see it, review it, research it, figure out all the ins and outs of it, and then try to come up with a conclusion or questions. But before our meeting, it was pulled.
Right.
So yes, even though they didn't come and testify before us, we didn't have the city come, we didn't have the applicant come, we had all the documents that were presented. So we had enough to make an opinion. But that would be just an opinion prior to be given additional facts from the applicant or the city.
So did you go into that thinking there's no way I'm going to approve this because of the feedback I see online from the surrounding community and the preserves and the mangroves? Did you go into that even beforehand thinking, no way, Jose?
So the majority of the people were against it. So that was kind of an influence to start with. And then I started looking at why are they against it? So what's the impact to the community? Well, in order for them to do that, they would have to bring thousands of truckloads of dirt into that community going through those neighborhood roads. Yeah. Which didn't take effect. You know, how's it going to affect the homeowners? Okay. Then what happens when they disperse or strip the water flow going there? So those different sections where the water's got to flow back and forth on storms. Well, that's going to be adversely affected. Now, where's the water going to go? And the argument was it's going to go up and affect all the houses. By taking out all those mangroves, which means now you're going to have wind shear coming across there, which would affect it. So, yes. So before they came, I had the opinion, and I was leaning towards denying.
Okay. All right. One other project. I'm drawing a blank here. The big project that just got approved. Seven Islands. Seven Islands. You were on the Planning and Zoning Commission for that. Did you go? You went before the city council and public comment and spoke in favor of it, right?
Yes.
I thought that was a little odd.
Yeah.
Because you're a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission, and then you went in front of the council to support the project. Do you think at that point you should have just let the process play out without speaking at public comment? I'm bringing that up because I've never seen anything like that. That's all.
Okay. Well, so I'm the type of person that I'm going to voice my opinion, because first of all, it's what majority of people want. Now, on Marine Patrol today, as a matter of fact, I patrolled the Seven Islands. Okay. Because the Cape Coral City Police Department Volunteer Unit on Friday mornings has a patrol that goes all the way up to the North Spreader. And we saw that. And to see how that would change the whole landscape of that area and bring revenue to the Northwest, that's a great thing. The argument some people are saying is going to have a lot of boat traffic. Well, I was out there today and we saw 2 boats. So I don't think it's going to adversely affect it. But Planning and Zoning approved the Seven Island project.
Right. No, I'm not getting into the nitty gritty. I didn't mean that. I just never seen a committee member, a sitting committee member, get up and give their personal opinion to the council on a project. I just thought that was odd.
Yeah,
that's all.
I mean, I would imagine if we had not heard it yet, and then I'm speaking, it's like putting the horse before the cart. Yeah. We would have to make sure that Planning and Zoning was for it before I even would say a word. Gotcha. But yeah, that's me.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm only asking this because it seems to be a thing in Cape Coral. How long have you lived here, and how long have you lived in your district?
Okay. So I've been in Cape Coral 22 years.
Okay.
22 years now. And I think I should know. I think I lived in my district 4 years now. I think it was in 2021.
Okay.
But that makes it 5 years.
All right. So you've been in your district.
So I've been there for a while.
Longer than a day.
Yeah, I haven't just moved there.
I got you. So as far as the campaign goes, how much money have you raised? Give us kind of, who's your campaign manager? Tell us how that whole thing is going.
So good. I have the best campaign manager in the world, which is me right now.
All right.
So
When you say right now, did you have somebody else before?
So we had people advising us,
Okay.
and I take advice from everybody.
All right.
I'll even take advice from sitting council and mayor if they want to give me advice. It can't hurt. So right now, you can find, I put in $10,000 towards my campaign. I've had one contribution of $500 so far, which just happens to be somebody that, we do patrol with. They were really for me getting into
I have to be honest with you. I can't understand why any person would ever contribute to their own campaign. I know you need money to run, but it's like, it just seems like an incredible waste of a personal, like you made that money and now you're going to put it into a political campaign. But that's just me. But you need money. I know that.
Let me tell you why. First of all, I've never run for office before. And this is my first run at it. And I was told that people will not take you serious if you don't put your own money into your campaign.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what I put in. And so
right.
If you're not putting in 10,000, you're nothing. I'm like, all right, I'll find a way to get the money.
I can understand putting your own money into your own business. Like then you want to work your own business so it's successful. But I mean, I don't know, but it's probably a dumb point of view, but I just think, man, it could just be an incredible waste of money. And I know there are people that put more in for their own campaign.
Right. And I hope you're not right. I hope it's not.
Yeah. I'm sure you hope you're not.
Yeah.
How much money how much did you put in your 25,000? Holy crap.
All right, then I'm behind.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess everybody does it. Everybody does it.
So I guess it's not so
I
bad.
think it's like taking it to a casino.
Yeah.
It's like, you're walking out without it no matter what, really.
Well, hopefully
You win or lose.
we'll start getting more campaign contributions coming in.
So you're at 10,500. Have you had your kickoff?
No, that's coming tomorrow. We'll do it at Duffy's from 2 to 4.
All right.
And hopefully we'll pack the room. I don't know.
Yeah. And by the way, if you go to these campaign kickoffs, the idea is not to just go and, snarf a free drink. You want to write a check to the person you're going there to support. So we talked about the P&Z and why you're running for council. Have you come up with like maybe 3 issues that you think your heart is in the most, that you feel like you need to address?
Yeah. So the first would be like, and everybody's using the same term, right? Fiscal responsibility.
All right.
And it's like, okay, well, what is that really? And to me, it's we take on these projects before we have the money to pay for them, and then they're doing things that the average person really doesn't even want for our city, and we need to step back. We need to go and figure out, what are we doing? So me as a person, I can't go out and buy a new boat just because I want a new boat and I don't have the money for the boat. I better have the money put away so I could buy it, right? So otherwise I'm borrowing it. And in my mind, in the back of my mind, it's like, that's what the city's doing. We're borrowing money for things that they want, but not the average person. That's number one.
All right. Fiscal responsibility. We'll get into that a little bit, but what else?
Okay. So the other one is our traffic issues, and that's a multi-tiered problem. How are we going to deal with the problem of traffic? Going over the bridges in the morning, coming over the bridges in the afternoon. And people keep saying that, we need a bigger bridge. We need wider roads. Well, I go, that's all fine, but that's not solving the problem. The problem is, why are people going over their bridges? Because they work outside of Cape Coral. Well, gosh, a novel idea. How about we get better jobs in the city? Why don't we put a big hospital in the Northwest, because we need another hospital, to employ hundreds of people? If we could bring jobs from businesses to come and move into Cape Coral, hire people, well, that would solve the traffic problem. That would also increase the tax revenues coming to the city, which is a twofold benefit.
All right. Traffic and fiscal responsibility. What's the third one?
So the biggest thing, and that's like the elephant in the room, is the UEP, right? The Utility Expansion Project. Every year, that number keeps going up. Why? Well, if they keep pushing it down the road, it's just going to cost more and more. But if you step back and say, well, aren't there federal funds? Aren't there state funds available? I know they're sending people out there to go and, work on trying to get grants, and they've got somebody working for the city doing that. But what are they doing? Are they getting it? There should be millions of dollars that are coming back that could help offset that cost. I forget what the numbers were, but I thought it was like 34,000, 35,000 now for the current UEP.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You can't tell me you don't think that this city is not looking at ways to bring in grant money or state money. I know that's part of what they're asked for is in Tallahassee or federal money. You can't tell me you don't think they're looking for it.
They are doing it.
Yeah.
And I believe they say they're doing it. I believe they're doing it, and I'm sure they're doing it. It would be really irresponsible of them not to be doing that. So I know they're doing it. Somebody's doing it. But are they doing it well enough? Are they aggressive enough? And if they're not, why not? We need to be more aggressive.
So
there should be money.
Are you saying they are not aggressive enough, or you don't know?
I don't know. I'm saying they should be more aggressive because we should have more money coming in.
All right. So what examples can you give them if you were on the council to be more aggressive to get UAP money that they're not doing?
If they're not at the state level, go to the federal level. There's money out there. There's all this funds that are
Where's the money out there?
Well, with the state of Florida.
No, you said
money.
federal money. Where's
go to the U.S. government.
Yeah.
They got to have stuff for better water service. There's got to be programs. I don't know. I don't do grants.
Okay.
But I know that there's programs out there for everything.
All right. And
But
you don't think they're pursuing that at the federal level?
I don't know if we're pursuing it. So I'm not saying they're not doing it, and they probably are. It's just you got to do better. You got to be more aggressive.
Okay.
Because my back would be, why are we not getting the money? Right. So yes, they are looking at it, and that's fine. If you got people searching for grants and funds, and they're doing it every single day, which they probably are. Well, what's our return? If we're paying them a salary to do that, what are we getting back?
Yeah, maybe you should speak at public comment and ask that question, because they seem to go around at the end of the meeting and answer questions from the public. Maybe they'll answer why are they not getting the money back, or where is the money, or how much is coming back. I know they did get some grant money at the last.
They did.
And so, and I know they're working on grant money. They do talk about that a little bit, not as much as they were a few months ago.
No, they did mention, and I don't have the top of my head, I don't know if it was like $1 million or $2 million they did get for it, which is good, and I commend them for that.
Yeah.
They should be, but why are we not doing more?
Maybe they should start a fundraiser.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding about that. So let's go back to traffic. I know the mayor has been talking about a second hospital. So what are other ways that the city can address the traffic issue other than a new hospital?
So it's employment, right? So the hospital is one form. What are we doing to generate and encourage more businesses to come here? We have all that land up in Northwest Cape, all along Burn Store Road.
Yeah.
Why are we not utilizing that? Why are we not attracting businesses? We need this. We need to have more employment. When the city was first established, right, it was more like a bedroom community. We had people come there. They were boaters. They were retired. They really didn't have to worry about going back and forth to work. I guess we had one bridge back then. And then it started changing. The makeup started changing. We started getting younger people. Well, now they're working more working people. Well, now it's no longer a bedroom community. We're going back and forth. So we need to make sure we have jobs.
So the numbers you hear thrown around are 91% or 90% residential and 10%-ish commercial. What are your suggestions on how you fix that? Can you fix that? It's a platted community. How do you change that?
So you can. So we have a lot of commercial property. So I'm planning and zoning. I get to see what's going on.
Yeah,
and
what's going on there?
There's a lot of commercial property in Northwest Cape. We should be using it. So it's out there. And again, I'm not saying they're not doing this, but what are they doing to attract business? Do we have a committee established? Say, let's go to Amazon. Let's go to some of these companies out of California that are getting priced out for that wealth tax, I think they called it. And say, hey, come to Cape Coral because we would love to have you here.
Yeah.
And why don't you employ 4,000 people? That would be a solution.
So you're on the Planning and Zoning Commission. What are you hearing about why there isn't more commercial coming? What's the problem?
So it's funny because I would love it, which we can't because of Sunshine Law, if we could all get together on Planning and Zoning and say, hey, what would be good for the city? But we can't. We can only
in an open meeting.
Yeah, the open meetings we can. But unless it was put on the agenda for new business.
Yeah.
But we get to only hear what the city wants us to hear. They set the agenda and they tell us what we're going to hear.
Well, I guess, but my question is, with you on the Planning and Zoning Commission, what do you hear about why there's not more business coming? What is the problem that you hear?
Well, I know they are working on it because, we have a couple of people that are on Planning and Zoning that are well connected throughout Cape Coral and talking about different projects. Like we have a lot of stuff going on Burn Store Road, which is great. We need more of that, but we need to go and create something. So right now we have everything going on in the South, which is great. It's great for the South, right? So you got Cape Harbor, you got Tarpon Point, you got Bimini Basin.
All right. So let me be more specific. So in the North, where you say there needs to be more commercial, give me a specific example. If you're on council, this is what you're going to go for. This is what you want to push for. Take the hospital out. That's in the works. It seems like there's something's going on with that. Take a piece of property, say this is what you want to convert to commercial, and here's your plan. Where would you target?
So
and what would you bring in?
I think that would benefit the community the most if we go up to the end of Burn Store Road,
Yeah.
right, the end of Cape Coral, where all that commercial property is, and put like a distribution center or a transfer center somewhere like for Amazon that can have packs coming where they're going to apply hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people, and put something way back there because that's a good focal point. Because you got Burn Store Road, can go all the way up to Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte area, comes all the way into the Cape Coral. You got easy access to 75. Why can't they do something like that?
So you would go after Amazon for the north end of Cape Coral.
Yeah, so northwest.
Is that a safe road to be driving on?
Well, if they did that, I'm pretty sure the funds would come and they would widen Burn Store Road.
All right, fair
Just
enough.
saying.
Anything else? Any other specific areas of the Cape that you targeted in your mind that you would go after as a council member?
So, we have the golf course that's in Jennifer Nelson's district.
Yeah, they're going to build a hotel there, aren't they?
Yeah, so I don't know about the hotel, but she's got some pretty good
Some
ideas.
kind of falling waters thing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. So I look at the pool, right? We got this amazing pool they want to do at the yacht club, which is more like something I'd see in Disneyland. Well, what we should be doing is we should take that golf course, maybe put an Olympic-sized pool like they have in Fort Lauderdale, the Swimming Hall of Fame. They got this beautiful Olympic-sized pool. They do swimming competitions. They got the diving boards. They have diving competitions. What if we took the golf course, put something there, and maybe put a community center towards the center of the city and make it where we can attract schools for doing competitions, colleges to do. If we had that, we'd have people coming to Cape Coral, which would help the revenue and bring outside money to help support the city.
So back to the Amazon thing for 1 second.
Yes.
What do they do about water and sewer?
What, Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing.
Is there any water and sewer out there where you're talking about?
So, they brought water and sewer to Seven Islands. So if they did that, I'm pretty sure they can get up there, Burn Store Road.
So you're saying that the city would do the work, or here's
the thing. So if we got Amazon to go up there, I'm pretty sure we can get them to pay for that.
So you want Amazon to come to your city because they're not going to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because they're a dinky little company, and then they're gonna pay for the water and sewer.
Well, like everything else in the city, what are they going to do? The city's going to give them a benefit, right? We're going to say we're going to give you a tax break.
Yeah.
So you're going to go and you're going to be paying, I don't know, I'm making a number. You're going to pay $10 million in taxes a year. Probably not that much, but we're going to cut it in half for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
But you got to do all this. It's negotiated, right?
That's a tough one because there's an Amazon center on I think on Alico. There's another one on 82. Or 80, somewhere over where I live out there. So they're I mean, they don't have to put the water and sewer in either of those two places. So I mean, it's a battle. It's definitely not easy.
No.
When you don't have those amenities, so to speak.
And why don't we have water and sewer there? I mean, they could have put it up there. And I asked this question, right? So to give them credit, I said, why didn't we do that? And the answer was because there was no housing up there. There was no citizens. So why put water and sewer when there's nobody there yet?
Yeah.
And my answer was, well, isn't that when you'd want to put it before the people move in, before you pave all the roads?
Yeah, it's kind of the egg before the horse thing or something like that, right?
And that was the answer.
Yeah. So let's talk about, let's see, J.C. Park.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on the bistro? Should there be alcohol? Would you have voted if one way or the other regarding the alcohol?
So
about the bistro?
I'm not a big fan of alcohol in any of our parks. I know that in most of the parks throughout the state of Florida, alcohol is not allowed. So why do we do that? And I did hear at a meeting, they said that
no way to make it work. No way to make it work without it.
It's hard. They said that, I think they said it was a community park or residential park, and I didn't even know there was a difference.
Just to my question, would you have voted for it with alcohol, yes or no?
No.
You would have voted no?
Yeah, no. Well, that's what restaurants are for, not food trucks.
So then what do you do with the bistro?
Well, if the bistro is going to be a restaurant, then that's different. So a restaurant, they can serve alcohol.
Yeah.
But they were talking about food trucks selling alcohol.
No, we're focusing on the bistro.
Okay,
here,
the
not
bistro,
food truck.
yes.
Oh, you're good with that,
yeah.
not the food. Okay, yeah.
So if you're serving food, you can serve alcohol. That's fine.
I got you. So what do you think about how the process went with the Kearns Group and the whole thing and the RFP and?
Well, from what I heard, there was only one person that put in the RFP for it.
Yep.
And it was the Kearns, and then they were talking about, well, they changed it after they put it in there, and then there was some people said, well, if I would have known that, I would have put in RFP. Then they were saying, well, we could go and have them come after the fact as an additional.
So just pretend, and all the questions that I'm asking, you're a council member. you're seeing the process. What is going through your mind? What feedback are you giving the city manager or the rest of the council on what took place? Do you want them to go back out? Do you want to work with the Kearns Group to get a contract together?
So I would probably ask them to put it back out, because
Okay.
if we had people that had interest but didn't do it because the terms when they first saw it weren't good or conducive to what they wanted,
Yeah.
then no, because it's got to be fair. You can't say, well, here, Kearns, well, we're going to do this for you. And they're good, though, but they're doing good for the city.
Absolutely.
So let's not put them down. They're doing great.
Absolutely.
But if you're going to put an RFP, let's make it even across the board. And if you had two people, because that's what I heard from council, saying they had two people that would have put it in, but they didn't because of the terms. So therefore, let's put it back out.
Okay, and yeah, they are great operators, the Boathouse,
Yeah.
and they were the only one that came in. So, and I forgot where I was going with that. Anything else on the Bistro or JC Park?
So JC Park, I'm against the way they started it.
Well,
I think it, but again, so we can't change the past, right? So what they did, I don't agree with it. It was wrong, but you know what? It's done.
it's going to be a beautiful park.
So I did go by there the other day, and I hope that most of the people in the community that are going to be using it are happy with the results. And then if that's the case, then that's good. From what I could tell, and you can't get in here, it's all fenced in. Would have been nice to be able to walk around, but I'm not on council yet, so I can't do it. But
Off the fence, bro.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
oh, that'd be good. Oh yeah, Tommy Senator got
You get some
arrested
free
for jumping in the
You get
JC
some free
Park.
press that way. So, go ahead, finish.
So I think that most people will like it, and if we're going to do something, let's make sure that the people that are going to be benefiting and using it like the project. But it is starting to look good.
Yeah.
And I think that most people are going to like it.
Yeah. All right. I wanted you to address this because there were some comments on the Facebook about it, and I don't know what it is with people that have a hard on for real estate people, but people were accusing you of being in real estate, or they didn't want anyone else in real estate on the council. What's the deal with that?
So I tell them, and it's funny, I agree. We don't need more realtors on, our council or mayor. We have enough. And they say, but Tommy, you have a real estate license. I go, I do. You're right. I said, but I'm a real estate broker, right? So there's different levels of real estate licenses. So if you're a realtor, it means you belong to the local board of realtors, which is Florida Board of Realtors, National Board of Realtors.
Yeah.
And I'm on that. I have to be a member because I'm on the MLS. But I tell people that the difference is I'm not with a Milof Aubuchon. I'm not Century 21, John R. Woods. I'm none of those. I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm the brokerage. Me, Tommy Senatore, is the brokerage, and I am our client.
Yeah.
So I do my own deals. So it's not like I have affiliations with big companies or big developers where they would influence me if I was on council. I have no influence by that.
I don't know. I never really looked at somebody's, like, what job do you have when they're running for office? If they seem like that they're in line with what I'm voting for, I don't know. It just seems like I don't know if there's 8 people on the council and they're all in construction or whatever. I mean, if they're doing the right thing, who cares what their job is? That's the thing that was odd to me. But I guess it's different. People, for some reason, they don't like real estate people on this island. But maybe somebody will explain that to me and straighten it out. So what is your if you get elected, what is your opinion on citizen committees? Because well, I'm not going to say anything, but I mean, do you think you're going to bring back? You would try and push back citizen committees?
Yes. So I'm on 2 of them. And
no, you're not on a citizen committee. The planning and zoning is not a citizen
Affordable
committee.
Housing Advisory Committee. That's kind of a committee.
Okay, gotcha. So you're on one.
Maybe.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah.
We meet every.
Well, they
3-4
did away
months.
with some of these committees.
Yeah.
Like
So we had the Ward Advisory Committee. We had several of them that were dismissed. I would bring them back. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're not getting people that have expertise in a field that want to be on a committee to help supplement us and then report to us on council. I think that would make our job a lot easier. And I think maybe they did that so they can go and say, well, we're doing more work, right? So we're taking over all their responsibility, all their work, and therefore we're entitled to a raise.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to make this argument before. It's like, you elect people to do the job of whatever their job is when they're elected, and you get all these other committees trying to, I don't know, they're unelected, and it's like we had this discussion on Fort Myers Beach last week. This committee went before the town council because they didn't know what their goal was. They had no goal. So I was yelling at the screen, well, dissolve the committee then. If they don't have any goal, why are they? It's okay if some government goes away. I mean,
Right.
Sometimes it's okay. But with government, nothing ever goes away. except for the citizen committees that are here. So what committees would you bring back?
So first, to your point, you're 100% correct. So if you have a committee that's established and they don't know what their purpose is and what they're doing, why are they there?
Yeah, run for office.
Yeah,
You don't
run
have
for
a
office,
purpose.
exactly.
Yeah, get your $19,000 a year, run for office.
No, it's like, and I believe we have a charter review committee still. We have
Well,
that.
obviously you
Right.
need that. Yeah.
Right. We got
Yeah.
that. We got the water advisory committee that was disbanded.
Yeah.
They took
So
over
you bring back the budget committee.
budget committees.
Yeah.
And there's a couple that, probably not all of them, but there's some that we need to bring back. That
Gotcha.
You're not taking advantage of expertise. Now, they're not going to make decisions for council. They're going to make a recommendation to
Yeah.
council. And that's what we'd want to hear. So you're the expert. You did the research. Send me the research. Have a meeting with us. Come to our meetings. Give a report and tell us.
Yeah.
For example, so we had the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, where I was the vice chair. And we had to go and submit our report to council. So it was once a year. We gave our report. We gave it, and they were able to make a decision. That's when they talked about the ADUs.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah. Well, that's an important issue. I mean, yeah, so is the budget, I guess. So I feel like I bring this up with candidates all the time, and maybe it's a waste of time, but how much do you think the council members should be making? I'm not asking you to vote on a stipend or anything like that. Based on what you see, like you see these council members, they're everywhere. I mean, it's really a full-time job. I mean, I see them at all the events. There's a lot of things going on. I know some of the events are fun events, but some of the events, they're taking up time.
Right.
In addition to these freaking cow meetings that run 8 hours long, and all the other meetings that they go to, what is the right salary for a Cape Coral City Council member?
So I think they're at the spot right now where they need to be. So, it's if you take all the time that they're applying to their position as a council person or mayor, it's full time, without a doubt. But how much time they actually spending in City Hall? Well, that's not full time. And part of their job is that when they ran for office, they knew they were going to have to do this. You're going to go to ribbon cuttings. You're going to go to new openings.
Yeah.
You have to go to all, we're starting groundbreaking.
Right. There's other meetings they go to outside of City Hall.
And then we have meetings where they're going to go to Tallahassee.
Yeah.
They're going to go to Fort Myers.
And you think the salary is fair right now for all of that?
I do.
Come on, Tom.
So it's what,
Come on.
43,000 a year?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I wouldn't like. I'm an old man, so I mean, I from a young person, there's no way you're going to get young people to pay to take $42,000 a year unless they're independently wealthy.
So you're looking at a young family, right? So somebody in their late 30s, maybe early 40s, and they're coming and they want to run for council, and this is going to be their sole income.
Yeah,
it's definitely not enough. It won't work.
No,
and you're not
going to. So what would work then?
Right. But here's the funny part: that everybody I've seen that on council or the mayor still work.
Yeah.
They still have income.
Right.
So,
because they have to.
Right.
Because they don't make enough at this job. All right, fair enough. You think 40,000 is enough?
Well, I think it's 42, but
42,000.
Don't take 2,000 away from them.
No kidding. So I have to ask this because I'd like to know your opinion. City manager doing a good job for Cape Coral?
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Why so?
So the city manager is supposed to be managing, right? And that's your title. And you should be managing all the projects. And when he's asked questions, and you're there and I'm there, a lot of times, and he's asked a question about a simple project, he's got to turn around and talk to staff for an answer.
Well, that's not really fair.
No, but
I mean, he does have a staff to take care of some of those things, and that's called delegating, isn't it?
But going on, but then he's telling all the people when he has his one-on-one meetings.
Yeah.
And he had like that little meltdown when they were talking about the flag issue. I talked to every one of you except for Councilperson Long, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I'm thinking, are you trying to influence the decision or the vote of council and mayor when you're having those meetings? So are they being directed by the will of the city manager? Well, so it makes me wonder, what's his real role? What's his job? His job to go and influence the mayor and council on projects he wants?
Well, I don't know about influencing, but I'm guessing part of why the city manager meets with, and I think the mayor said this last Monday, you want to get a feel for whether or not a project you're working on has any chance of going forward. And I don't know if that's right or wrong. Apparently Keith doesn't think it's right because he either didn't meet with him on this issue or he doesn't meet with him at all because he wants it all to be done out in the council. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he would like to know if he doesn't have 5 votes, then why bring it up at all? right?
Oh yeah, exactly. So then why do we bring the
Why wait?
flagpole up?
Well, it's not really illegal. No, that's not a violation of the Sunshine Law.
Yeah.
That unless somebody's saying somebody is going to vote this way, daisy chaining it. Tom Shadrack's in the audience. Well, I don't know what.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never violated
no,
the Sunshine
yeah,
Law. I can be honest about that. I don't want to ever be in a position to violate the Sunshine Law.
So I think what he does is he tries to get the city manager, when he meets everybody, tries to get a feel for how they're going to vote. And I would imagine that most of them are not going to tell them. They're going to wait till they have the meeting. But
well, yeah,
you would think that somebody would have influence on the agenda items, saying, "Hey, we don't want this on there."
I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but we got off subject.
I won't know
here.
until I get there.
We got off subject here. Yeah. I mean, hey, if it was me, like I said, I would never meet with developers. I would never meet with anybody behind closed doors. I mean, it doesn't mean you're not going to run into somebody at Publix. I mean, shit happens in a small community all the time. And you want to talk about things, but this isn't about what I'm doing. So you go ahead, finish what you were saying about why you don't think the city manager is doing a good job.
So we look at all the projects we have going on, right? And there's multiple. Now, there are some projects that are done, right? So that's kind of good, but we can list them. So we have Bimini. I don't know what they're doing with Bimini East. That's going to be a disaster. Yacht Club, that's a disaster. Who knows what we're going to do there? We don't have the money to do it. So we have JC Park. Well, hopefully that's going to open up soon.
Yeah, April. Yep.
Yeah. So they say, and until it opens, until they take the fencing down, they have the ribbon cutting. We don't know.
Right.
But we go to the Yacht Club, which is a thorn in my side.
Save that for the end.
Okay, save that for now. Yeah. So if you're managing, how about you manage these projects? How about we go and we get some projects mostly completed before we start 2 new ones? Okay. And I would think that's what a manager's job is, to manage all the projects. And yes, he's going to delegate. He's going to have certain people in charge for each section. But how about we make sure we get it done? And second of all, how about we make sure we have the money before we start a project? I'm thinking that's what most citizens would like us to have that answer is, why do we start it?
That seems to be a concern a lot of people have, is the money, funding projects, and how especially the Yacht Club, how you're going to pay for that. But I have seen town managers in different communities where they never, ever give any airtime to their managers. They answer all the questions and never let any of the managers stand up like that. So, I mean, I can appreciate letting the other managers who are doing the work do the presentations and things like that, which is what we see a lot of here at the city. But Mike speaks up quite a bit. I mean, is the city manager a punching bag like every election cycle? Is that what it is? Like every election cycle, it seems like the city manager or town manager in any municipality becomes the punching bag for candidates.
So I think it's the fact that he gets paid so much money, and we're probably not getting the value for it.
I mean, so do you think the salary is too high?
Yes.
For that
So
position?
if we had lesser salary, probably then the work would be commensurate to the pay, but it's too high.
What do you think
you can't do anything about it. So
what do you think the correct salary is for a city manager running Cape Coral?
So for our city, the way we're going, it's 175.
175. Wow,
that's a good pay. But again, you can't change what we're doing, right? Yeah. So he's making, I don't know, 330, something like that.
Yeah, where'd you get 175 from? What? Where'd you come up with that number?
Well, let's see. I went up there at
PITA. I'm guessing so, because even in Fort Myers Beach, the guy down there makes more than that. And that's 4,000 people.
Yeah, but how many assistants do they have in Fort Myers Beach?
4,000.
Assistant city managers.
Assistant city managers? One.
So we have a couple.
Yeah. All right. So, well, I mean,
we're spreading it out. So it's just we pay too much. But anyway,
all right, you're totally, obviously, I want you here to voice your opinion so people in your district know. So the Yacht Club, big discussion at the last Cal meeting about the Yacht Club, and the biggest concern is the price tag. It's 197-ish million, maybe 200 million if you top it off, and after they got through all the numbers, I mean, clearly you can see this council having agita with those numbers. They don't know how to fund it. They certainly don't seem like they want to fund that all at once. The people hang them up if they try and do that, go out and borrow that money right now. And then at the end of the meeting, they came up with a cost of $900 per capita. And I just want to make sure that's clear. That's not per year. That's per capita would be the price for everybody to pay here in Cape Coral for that beautiful yacht club. I mean, there's no doubt. Nobody's arguing how awesome that thing looks in the pictures. What's your opinion on, would you pay $900 yourself?
So let me clarify. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you said per capita. Does that mean per resident in Cape Coral?
Well, somebody tried to explain it to me before the show today. It's per household. And somehow it's going to be taken out of it would be taken out of the ad valorem somehow.
Yeah,
so I'm not really sure how that.
So if you're
I'm being honest with you, I suck with numbers.
So we got a young married couple with 3 kids. So they're going to be paying 5 times that.
I don't think it's per person in a household. No,
So
no, definitely
per
not
property.
That. Yeah. I think that's how they would calculate it. If they were to pull it out of the ad valorem, it would have to be for, maybe would be fluctuating. I don't know. I mean, like I said, they came up with $900 per capita.
Okay.
What that means is it's not $0.
Right. So if it was $900 per household, probably about 50% of all the residents would say that's fine, and 50% would say no.
I don't even. You think 50% would say that's okay?
I don't know. I'm not sure because
you just said that.
Yeah.
You just said that.
I'm saying, I'm just guessing, right? So 50-50.
I don't know where 50% came from. I haven't seen. They're certainly not on Facebook. If that's.
So most people I've talked to said they don't want to put a dime in.
Okay, well, that's not 50% of the people that spoke to you either.
No, but I don't know what the average person is looking at, what they're going to do.
I have a feeling there's some people out there that wouldn't mind paying it.
Well, I know one person that would.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Bill,
pay that.
He did.
He
I'm sorry, back up. He gave it for the flag. I'm sorry.
He wrote $1,000 check for the flag. No, I think Bill sounds like he's in favor of it because his thinking is 50 years. This is going to be a 50-year. Some people are thinking this is going to be 50 years in the future.
Right.
So I don't know. Do you need a resort swimming pool and a 4-story parking garage?
I'm against the design. I don't like it.
What should be built there?
So the boathouse has got to go back up,
of course,
which means then we got to put the fuel dock back in.
Yeah.
Put the pier back in. Do we need a pool there? Probably not. I would rather see the pool go by the golf course, and I definitely wouldn't put that giant pool. We don't need 2 sets of bathrooms. That's a waste of money.
More bathrooms are better, bro. Especially when you start aging. I don't want to have to walk a mile to take a pee.
No, did you see the?
I love that. That's super soft toilet paper.
So I carefully looked at the design. So you have the pool here. You got a set of bathrooms here, and then you got the lifeguard center with another set of bathrooms here.
I'm sure that you have to have a certain number of bathrooms per capita person.
Yeah,
that's in the pool or something.
So
anyway,
if we got rid of the pool, we'd save, I don't know,
$4 million on bathrooms.
$2 million. So we got to put the boat slips back. We got to get the seawalls back. That's got to go in.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact number. I'm thinking we were making maybe like $80,000-$90,000 a year on boat slip rentals. We had them all rented out before the storms.
Yeah.
They were all full. They were paying rent to the city.
So community building or no?
Not that building. No.
Not that building.
No.
Too nice.
No. So it's like we're doing a conference center. It's a It's a 2-story building with, from the renderings, it's hard to tell. It looks like you had 4 big conference rooms that you could have giant events on.
I don't think it was 4. I think you can kind of partition some of the rooms.
Yeah,
off
so the ones on the left side looks like you could petition them to 4 different rooms.
Yeah.
And I think Councilman Stenke brought that up, which, okay, we're going to do that, but we don't need anything that big. I mean, it's going to sit vacant a lot of the time.
So how much money, tell your district constituents how much money you would be willing to spend on the yacht club.
So if they could get it down to about $80 million.
$80 million.
$80 million.
Okay, you'd be willing to spend $80 million.
To fix
and
that
how
back up.
where is that money coming from?
So we got to we have money left over from last year.
$29 million.
Was it $29 million?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I was trying to look up the numbers. I couldn't find the exact number. $30 million.
So they're going to...
So we have to find $50 million.
Right. No, that's not right. Okay. So they're going to use the $29 million for something that's already being done now.
So that would be to get, I guess they're working on the sea. They're pulling out
this
the
isn't
old
all.
docks,
This isn't all approved, but they were talking about using the money that was left over from the last budget to pay for some of the things that they know they need to get done, like the beach, the seawall, blah blah.
Right.
So you're saying another $50 million or not?
Yes.
Okay, so $50 million is your number.
Correct.
Where is that money coming from?
So we could get that. We could get grants.
You're going to get grants.
Yeah, we're going to get some of their money from our budget.
Where are you going to get a grant from?
Isn't it in the 2026 budget?
Hey, listen, I don't read the
Yeah.
budget. You should read
I
the
did.
budget, not me.
I looked at the budget. There's
So-
a lot of it's $1.4 billion in there.
So 50 million is in there for the yacht club.
No, but you could probably find 50 million.
Oh, come on. You're going to find 50 million in there? Maybe.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
So 50 million. No, you're not going to borrow anything. You would not be in favor of borrowing anything.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
So if
well,
we have to, so we got to get it done.
all right.
Because and then when they're talking about selling the yacht club, I'm against that.
All right.
It's our yacht club, right? All of us, we own the yacht
Well,
club.
right now it's just a piece of dirt. It's not
Well-
really a yacht club.
So, but why is it a piece of dirt?
I don't know.
They took the community
Before
center
my
down,
time.
and I looked at the community center, and I don't know. I didn't think it was that badly damaged.
Old news. So
It is
50
old
million. So you're going to borrow 50 million if it's not in the budget, and then you're going to do what to pay it back?
Yes.
Raise
do
taxes.
something.
You're going to raise taxes.
No, I don't want to raise taxes.
Well, then how are you going to borrow $50 million?
We'll get it from Fort Myers.
Come on, man. We're being serious here. Stop joking around. Now you got the audience yelling
Right.
at you. now.
Oh, yelling at me.
So Tom,
Yeah. So if we can go and, like I said, so if we go back to what I said when we first started, if we bring more business into Cape Coral, that's going to bring up the tax revenue.
so you're
That's
going
where
to
we're
want
get
to
it from.
wait then. Don't
No.
build it.
No, we can.
All right,
So
so-
if we're borrowing the money,
Yes.
and then we're going to make payments, and we start bringing in more business that bring up the tax revenue, then we start paying it.
Fair enough. But you're going to borrow $50 million to get the project underway, or no contractor's going to start the work. How are you paying that back?
I haven't thought that far in advance. Come on.
Well, you got to
No.
raise taxes. I mean, you got to raise something. There's not, if the money's not in the budget,
That costs.
if the money's not in the budget.
Well, we can't do what they're planning, right? So
All
that's
right,
ridiculous.
Let me ask you this question. Are you in favor of raising taxes this year?
No.
All right. So then the dollar amount for the yacht club is zero.
So we have money put aside. Let's do what we can.
What's put
with
aside?
the
The 29 million?
$29 million.
All right. That's for
Let's
work.
take the 29 million
Yes.
and let's get it where the yacht club's usable.
All right.
Why can't we do that?
Well, I think that's what the plan is right now. It seems like they're going to fix the beach.
Right.
If you ever get a
Fix the docks.
if you ever get a permit from the Army
Army Corps of
Corps, you might have a
Engineers.
pier before we
Yep.
die,
yeah.
and then the boathouse.
Right. So we're not paying for the boathouse, are we?
No.
No,
Well, no. I'm
Kearns-
just
Kearns is
saying it'll
doing
be
it.
nice. It'll be
Right.
nice.
But it would be nice though.
with the
yeah.
boathouse. Yeah.
$1 million.
All right. So, anything else on the yacht club?
No,
Any advice you want to give the city council about the yacht club?
yeah. So they talked about breaking it into sections. That's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Let's take the money we have, do the work that we can, get the yacht club back open, and let's move forward.
So Rachel Kaduk, I should say Councilmember Kaduk, she suggested that the city should not be in the development business, the construction business, building buildings like they are planning to build at the yacht club.
Right.
Do the basic stuff, put a for sale sign up. You said you're not for sale sign.
don't sell it.
But what about the being in the development business like that?
So we shouldn't be in development. So we should be repairing it. And again, it
Should be what?
we should just put it back to where it's usable for the average citizen.
Yeah.
The yacht club was used by a lot of people in Cape Coral. Well, now they're not using it. We have a beach, which it's ridiculous the way the beach is set up. They did put some bathrooms there, and now they just approved two food trucks.
Two food trucks.
It's a gelato and lemonade truck.
Yeah.
Okay, but how about we get some food out there temporarily?
I have to be honest with you. I thought that was kind of weird that there's just going to be gelato
Yeah.
and lemonade.
I know. I the same thing. It's like,
Why
what
do you
about
think
food?
that nobody wants to partner with the city at the yacht club? I mean, how about some hoagies or something? Some
Something.
kind of food.
So, but I don't know what the RFP was, right? So,
well, it was
did
for food trucks.
yeah, I don't know. So,
It's crazy.
there you go.
The
They probably
audience
made
is
it
getting
too
out of control. We're
complicated,
going to need security here in a minute.
but yeah, I would have definitely wanted to see something with food.
Yeah, hopefully somebody else will throw their hat in the ring because I don't even know what gelato is, to be honest. Is that like Jello?
like a Italian ice.
I've never had
Yeah,
gelato.
So they're,
I got to get out more.
They said that it was for 3 food trucks, so they got room for one more. So hopefully somebody's going to bring
hopefully
food in.
we'll get another one. All right, I can't believe it's been an entire hour because this has been fun. So
Yeah.
give everybody the 2-minute pitch about, why you're running, why people should vote for you, and leave Mike's name out of it, will you? Stop
Yeah.
picking on him.
Don't pick on Mike. So my name is Tommy Senatore, and I'm running for District 1 City Council, and I'm going to be the common sense candidate. I'm the one that's going to go listen to the community. I want to bring the citizen input table or their podium back in the middle. I think that was wrong.
Yeah.
I heard the
I
reason
don't care
why.
if they don't move it back. I just want to see them on the camera.
Right.
I mean, that's all I care about. I want to see. It's like theater to me, watching the public speaking. I love seeing everybody up there.
Yeah.
The facial expressions,
Yeah.
the anger.
Right.
Why
so
they
you,
do
you
that?
can see the
They're
emotions of
depriving us
people,
of entertainment value when they don't do that.
but yet they did
Tom
have the ability-
Shadrach giving out wrong numbers at the
Yeah.
podium.
There we go. But for people that were talking from the attorney for Lowe's, they had him on the camera.
Yeah.
But when the
Well, no,
citizens talked, they took them off.
No, they also had shoot, I'm drawing a blank now. The guy's name, oh crap. I know I'm gonna get beat up for this, but he was on the show too, and I forgot they when they're doing presentations, they have him on, but the public speaking they don't.
Right.
And the other thing that I love watching is the facial expressions of the police officers behind them. Like
Yeah,
the police officers are making faces. It's the greatest entertainment of the whole show.
No,
I mean the whole meeting.
so they bring it back, and then the clapping.
Yeah.
So I got the greatest solution for that.
Yeah.
If you let them clap and say it's okay to clap, they're probably not going to clap so much.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was kind of a petty thing. I mean, it doesn't last forever. If it got ruckusy and rowdy, that'd be different.
Right. So under Robert's Rule of Order, if you're disrupting the meeting and getting too loud and boisterous, then the mayor who's in charge
Hit
can
the
stop
gavel.
everybody. Gavel.
Yeah,
But you get a few claps.
Yeah.
Let them do it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, people, go on Facebook or YouTube and scroll through some of the other communities across this country when they have public speaking. These people in Cape Coral don't hold a candle to some of these nut jobs across the country.
Exactly.
They get really crazy with stuff, and they have to, and they just, and the council members just take it because they're all, it's all. But part of it is you got to have some kind of decorum. You can't be a total jackball, and you have to have some purpose to get up there. That's where I think the council is right. If you're going up there not talking about anything relevant to the business of the city council, then you're just kind of, it's not, you're really wasting everybody's time. But I mean, hey, it's 3 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Do whatever the hell you want with it, for crying out loud. And you know what? I miss Don. Where's Don been? Don hasn't been in any of the meetings lately. Don hasn't. Where you been, bro? I mean, we got to see him back at the meetings.
Yeah.
He's super entertaining. Anyway, so I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, so yes, anyway, so
Joe, that's right. Joe Mazurkowitz. That's who it was.
That's
Thank you,
who it
Annette.
was.
Thank you. Yeah, they had the camera on him, and then that was it. So, but he
No.
can be entertaining too. Go ahead.
Right. So anyway, so we're going to bring back, the regular person back in office, somebody that knows what it's like, one of the people, and when people have concerns, questions, we're going to listen to them. We're not going to shut them off. We're going to be there because you got to let them listen. You got to see what the community wants, and it's not what we want.
All right, on the scale of 1 to 10, what are your chances of winning? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
You know what? 10, yes. You know what?
Why'd you got to give him the answer? If he didn't give 10 himself, I would be like, what do you mean?
I would say yes. I would love to be a 10, but realistically, it's a 6 or 7. It's still
Dude,
a
you should have went
challenge.
with 10. You got to have the most confidence in
I
yourself.
am confident, but I don't know what these other people are going to pull.
Yeah. Do you think, the other 2 candidates aren't going to pull anything?
No.
Is that what you mean?
No.
They're totally nice.
No, so here's the thing. I think Sean's a good kid. I like him.
Yeah.
I talk to him at every meeting.
Yeah, he's super nice.
I talked to Monica. We were on stage one time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I talked to her there. I sent her a nice thank you after we left. I thought, just being professional. Haven't heard from her since. I don't know why.
Do you think there'll be other candidates that run, or you think that you're going to go to the finish line with these 3?
So we don't know about Bill.
Bill? Yeah.
He may or may not. There may be another person. But right now, in my humble opinion, I think I'm in the lead.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, but it's not something you take for granted.
Yeah.
You got to work it.
Yeah. And how much money you think you're going to need overall?
I'm hoping that not more than 25,000.
Yeah. And what will you spend the money on?
So it's going to have to be on probably the marketing, like, text messaging and calls
Really?
right before the election.
I think
More signs.
text messaging is the most annoying form of marketing.
Is
I mean,
it?
I write stop in capital letters every time I see from a politician. But I don't know. I don't know what the most effective thing is.
What about those signs?
I don't know.
I call them bandit signs.
Then all of a sudden you see 15 signs in a row, and then how do you? I don't know what the right. I think probably social media, like doing your own videos, and that's free. Doing your own videos and trying to get that out there. So that's because that's kind of sincere and different.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how Mamdani won in New York City, right? He knew how to do social media.
Right.
Now you got a communist city in New York. So
I think coming on shows like this would help a lot too.
yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. All right. Big hand for Tom, everybody.
Hey, thank
Tom,
you.
Senatore, running for District 1 for the city council. This August will be a primary, and then in November, the general election. And we'll see how many more candidates come up. for that seat. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for commenting on the Facebook and YouTube today. And my wife will be back next Friday. We'll let you know who the guests are on Monday or early next week. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.